Interesting. This is this is concerning. Like I'm concerned, y'all. Y'all, I'm concerned. What's going on? You still not invested in the Bitcoin? This is an opportunity of a lifetime. You need to be invested. I need to be invested. We all need to be invested. Here's why. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Franco Shy, and this is To Whom It May Concern. Because, like always, it may not concern you. You may not care. So today we're talking about Bitcoin, and we're talking about why I'm invested, why you should invest. So I'm gonna give you a little knowledge. We're gonna deep dive into it just a little bit because there's a lot that goes into crypto technology in general, but mainly we just want to focus on Bitcoin, and from there you can dive into the black hole, the rabbit hole of cryptocurrency that I love, that I think and believe will change the world. So let's jump into it. So hey, you say, hey friend, what's what's Bitcoin? So I already Googled it. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is decentralized digital currency. Bitcoin transactions are verified by network nodes through cryptograph and recorded in a public distributed ledger called a blockchain. So, Frank, what is blockchain? Now, notice one Bitcoin right now sits currently at 25,000 USD. We're gonna round up to be nice. I always do. I'm an engineer, so I always round up. So it's around 26,000 right now. So just think of that, right? And so let's get back into it. What's blockchain? What's blockchain technology? So blockchain is a distributed ledger technology that enables secure and transparent transactions between two parties without the need of the middleman, right? So we it would you would no longer need banks. You would no longer be paying fees on top of fees when you do transactions, when you wire money. You can do peer-to-peer instantaneous settlement between peer-to-peer. I don't know. One time I was talking to an individual and it was like, hey, I have Cash App. So I just Cash App or Zelle. Yeah, that's fine. But we're talking about millionaires and billionaires. We're not talking about the day-to-day transactions that you make with your friends and or your associates. We're talking about big money moves, man. Just an example, right? So I did a test trial. So I bank with Wells Fargo and I opened an account with Navy Federal because I like some of the benefits that they have. And you can tap into some investments over there as far as bonds and things of that nature. You get a pretty good interest rate. So just to do a test trial, I sent over $500, right, from U.S. bank to U.S. bank, and it took like 3 to 4 days for my money to settle. $500. Can you imagine trying to settle like millions and millions of dollars, right? And this is what blockchain is going to enable, um, us to do as worlds. Instead of using the Swift system, we're going to be using blockchain technology. Whatever that blockchain technology was, Bitcoin, XRP, is going to be utilized to do instant gratification, like we have via our Instagram, internet speed, all those things. Now we just getting into monetary instant instant gratification, right? So we already done it with with our internet. Now we're trying to do it with our money. So that's blockchain technology. And what I want you guys to take away is, like, we have venture capitalists and or money managing firms that are wanting to start a Bitcoin ETF, right? And what is ETF? Let's look that up real quick. What is ETF? ETF. Sorry, ETF, right? Exchange traded fund. What does it mean? Investments, right? So what does it stand for? We can go down, right? Because I want to give you guys the right definition of mine, not my own personal definition. So what does the ETF stand for? ETF stands for the exchange traded fund. Exchange traded means you can buy and sell ETFs on public stock exchange like the NASDAQ and or the New York Stock Exchange. So right, is an ETF good? There are many compelling pros and cons of ETFs as a retirement and investment vehicle. I'm gonna just add vehicle. That's what it is. The ETF It's a vehicle. ETFs have become a very popular investment vehicle, and they can be good place for retirement savings. Retirement savings, and we go from there, right? So you have uh, people like BlackRock, right? Is an asset manager. So BlackRock manages over $10 trillion worth of assets, right? And they're wanting to start a Bitcoin ETF along with other asset managers. And here's the asset manager list. We're gonna zoom out just a little bit, do it with my finger. Uh, I'm gonna scroll down, right? And here's the list right here. As you can see, you got ARK Invest, right? ARK, 21 shares Bitcoin. They want to start this asset managers. You have iShares, that's by BlackRock. You have Bitwise, Van Eck, Fidelity, right? So all of us pretty much have 401ks for Fidelity, right? And so Fidelity Investments preparing to launch its own Bitcoin fund as the investment giant works to cement its clout in the market. If you go on Fidelity right now, you can buy Bitcoin right now. So I don't know. All these people talking about it's a scam, it's going to zero. Bitcoin not going nowhere, and I believe we all need to set aside some of our portfolio, right? Even we set aside or allocate 10% of our portfolio into Bitcoin, and we'll let it grow. And you gotta have a time horizon of 5 to 10 years. Don't worry about it how you don't worry about your 401k. You don't go into your 401k every day and look at it, right? So don't go look at your Bitcoin every day. Buy it and just uh, forget about it, right? That's what I've done, and that's what I think. Not financial advice, first and foremost, not financial advice. But that's what I would advise you to do. And so we're gonna watch a quick video, right? We're gonna wrap this up and watch a quick video. Hopefully I started at the right place, and let's get into it. And what do you think odds are of any of your ETF? So I want to stop right here. So this right here, this is Larry Fink. This is BlackRock CEO, and let's listen to what he has to say about Bitcoin and the future of cryptocurrency. Let's get it. That you float getting accepted.
Well, we try to do what's right for the long-term investor, and I think we have a good track record working with our regulators and trying to making sure we're thinking about all the issues around any filing. And so I can't get into the specifics of this filing, but I think the chart speaks quite well. We work really closely with our regulators, and we want to hear from the regulators what are their issues and how can.
Now, I just want to remind you guys, this was 2 months ago. So right now it's in September. So it's about 2 months. I believe this was in July. This is when this interview took place.
Can we fix those issues around that? So we hope that, like in the past, we could be working with our regulators and get the filing approved one day. And I have no idea what that one day will be. But and so we'll see how that all plays out. Specifically on Bitcoin, as I've said in the past, we're a believer in digitization of products. ETFs was a big revolution for the mutual fund industry, and it's really taking over the mutual fund industry. And we do believe that if we can create more tokenization of assets and securities, and that's what Bitcoin is, it could revolutionize again finance. And so we look at this as an opportunity to move one step further in terms of providing investors, fractions of shares, fractions of this, democratizing the cost of investing. Over the last 10 years, we've lowered the cost of iShares ETFs by 30%. So what we're trying to do is make it more accessible or easy. The attempt in terms of what we're trying to do with crypto is make it more democratized with all of crypto and making it much cheaper for investors. Right now, the bid-ask spread for crypto is very expensive. It does erode a lot of the returns that you speak about because it costs a lot of money right now to transact Bitcoin, and it costs a lot of money to get out of that. And so we hope our regulators look at these filings as a way to democratize crypto, and we'll see in the future how that plays out.
You were never. So there you have it, man. That's Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, talking about Bitcoin, how they're wanting and willing to, how they're wanting to invest, how they want to bring it to the market, to the mass market, and Yeah, man. So I think you should do more due diligence, do more research on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Like I said before, this is a uh, moment in once in a lifetime type of opportunity to where you can gain massive wealth if you play it right. But if you sit on the sidelines and do nothing, especially if you're a millennial and you have the capital to invest, because everyone doesn't have the capital to invest, right? But if you can invest some of your portfolio to Bitcoin and or other crypto assets, I think you would have a greater return in on your money. So instead of letting it sit in a bank account. So to wrap it up, really, really quickly, the final deadline for the Bitcoin ETFs or the first one is in January of 2024, and the rest, or as you can see in this column right here, your last column final deadline would be in 2020, March of 2024. So that's it, guys. That's it. That's my real quick rant on why you should invest into Bitcoin. And like always, I hope this finds you well and wealth. Hope it find you well, good wealth, all that good stuff. And see you next time. Peace. You know who made